The Warriors finally did it. They traded for a co-star for Steph Curry. And I don't really think I like it too much. And that's not because I'm a Kings fan and I want them to fail. But I mean, from a Warriors perspective, I don't really like it. So leave a like and subscribe. We're going to pretty much dissect this trade and maybe a few others. There's a lot of trades going on. I plan on making one big video ranking every team's deadline, and if I haven't talked about those trades, then I'll get it to them in those videos. So the Heat traded Jimmy Butler, and they get in return Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected first round pick. Pretty good for the Heat. They've been playing basically the last few months without Jimmy Butler, and I believe they're still in the playoff race. Yeah, they're the 6th seed right now. Andrew Wiggins is going to be a good fit. He's been having some personal issues in his life, it seems, because the Warriors were letting him deal with those issues and missing games and missing time. And I think he just needed a fresh start. I think the Heat they're very good at getting the most out of their players as long as those players do want to be the best. So I think it's a great move to get Andrew Wiggins because you still want to be a little bit competitive. And you still have Tyler Hero. He's probably not going anywhere. Their new rookie center, Kel'el Ware. I don't really know how to say his name, but he is very good. You got Bam Adebayo still. Nikola Jovic, he's been pretty good this year. And Jaime Jaquez, you still have him. He's having a bit of a down year, but you still have him, I believe, unless he got traded. I didn't know, but and you're adding Jimmy Butler. They can run a really big lineup, and I don't know. That seems like a pretty good start for the East. You might be able to win a playoff series because your comp is like the Knicks, who they're good. They lack a bit of size. If you get a good matchup, like maybe the Pacers, even though they've been picking things up, I think they have a good shot. Milwaukee just traded for Kyle Kuzma. We'll get into that maybe a little bit later. As long as you're not facing the top 2 teams first, I think you have a pretty good shot at the rest of the 6 teams in the East. And do they get to keep Dennis Schroeder? I'm not sure. Okay, no. Dennis Schroeder's heading to Utah. Oh, and they ended up keeping Kyle Anderson. I do remember that part. So, or not. Really? Okay. Yeah, I think they ended up keeping Kyle Anderson. So that's that. And this is the Warriors' big 3 now. I don't really know if I like it too much, but hey, whatever. It's not my team. So at first I did like this deal a lot because Jimmy was going to be a rental. And then they immediately extended him, I believe. Let's see. Jimmy Butler. Okay, whatever. You know what? I don't need to know that bad. But extended him. I remember it was $121 million for 2 years after this contract. And Jimmy Butler contract. Let's take a little look. It is oh dear, okay. So what am I looking at? This is his upcoming contract. He's gonna make $54 million, and then he's gonna make $58 million at the age of 37 years old. Not good. Hashtag not good, guys. Let me see if I could just. So let's look at their roster. I believe Curry, Butler, and Draymond, I believe all their contracts do line up with each other. or not. Maybe, I don't know. But it should line up around the same. It's kind of one last hurrah. After next season, they probably don't. Curry probably retires soon, if I'm being honest, because I don't see him playing for another team. He is very good. He might want to just retire on top. Draymond is for sure retired after this next contract. He is not the player he used to be. His contract's not that bad now that I look at it. I thought it was worse. But yeah, man. I'd like the deal a lot until they extended him. And now you kind of put yourself in this hole because they're going to take up a lot of your salary. So, hey, good thing I'm not a Warriors fan, I guess. They do have some digging to do. They are currently in a 3-way tie with the Suns, Kings, and Warriors. We're all in a mid-off. The Spurs are probably going to start winning games, so they're going to be at least in the play-in. So you're gonna you're gonna need to beat, what is it, 3 or okay, they make it and the Spurs make it. There's only one play-in spot left. Let's say it's just this, and the Spurs just replace the Suns. So you're going to need to either take over the Kings, who that might be possible, because Monty McNair's an idiot. The Mavericks, it might be. I don't see it because I think they are, as of right now, they're still a good enough team, and they are contenders. And the Timberwolves, who may or may not fall. I don't know. I think they're pretty safe at being in the play-in at least. So you're really just gonna have to fight with the Suns and Kings, because I think there was a report that Kevin Durant is staying with his team. The talks really heated up when KD said that he wasn't going to, or he doesn't really want to go to Golden State. They could have just traded for him anyways and say suck it up, but that's besides the point. I would have been much more fearful of Curry and KD together, but Jimmy Butler, not really. He's gonna have to try in the regular season next year, and because that whole not trying thing, that only really works when your team is like stacked. Like Shea could probably not try for most of the season, and then his team will still make the playoffs. Like that mostly just works in the East because a lot of teams are bad, so that's kind of the only reason it works. And I don't know. I'm glad they're giving Curry one last shot. Like, hey, we're getting you this star. Now, they somehow did this deal without dealing all their young players who everyone throws in trade packages. Kuminga, Pods, and Moody, I believe. Did Moody get traded? Hold on. Moses Moody. I don't think he got traded. Nah, he didn't get traded. Okay. So what I would do if I was the GM, none of those players are really like that good after the Curry era. So you might as well just package them all up and trade for another good top end player. You guys do desperately need a center. I would call about Vucevic. Maybe trade 2 of those young pieces. The Bulls are okay getting fleeced. So also they're trying to move off of all the players they just got, like Kevin Huerter, and I think they're trying to waive Torrey Craig or something. I don't know, but you could get some of those guys. Take a gamble. They just extended Lonzo, but everyone else on that team, besides maybe Kobe White, he might be untouchable. But you could probably like package a nice deal and give it to them. There are other teams in the league. We just saw Mark Williams get traded. I didn't think he was going to get traded, but Yeah. So I would package them, but knowing the Warriors front office like I know them, because I've been watching basketball for the past few years, they're not going to do that. They're not. I am actually surprised they gave up Wiggins. They seem to never want to give up any players for doing trades. But let's see what else happened today. Um, poor, poor Jericho Sims. He got sent to Milwaukee. Just a stray in part of the Kyle Kuzma deal. The Chris Middleton and Kyle Kuzma deal is so depressing because Chris Middleton, he probably doesn't have that many years left with how injury prone he is. And he's one of the best players to come out of Milwaukee. And you can't tell the story of how they won a championship without Chris Middleton. I know all the fans over there love him. But to trade him for Kyle Kuzma, I don't know. Like, no, obviously I know Kuzma could beat any of us in a 1v1, but he's so bad at basketball. He's got low IQ, and I feel like he peaked like second or third year in the league. Probably because he was already 27 by then, because he was like a hella older rookie. But yeah, I don't like that deal a lot. Maybe they could work it out, but I don't know. If they package Bobby Portis and get another scorer to replace the Chris Middleton hole, then maybe I'll like the deal more. Kyle Kuzma could be the Bobby Portis replacement, but I don't know about that. Oh yeah, and this should be the last one. This one was shocking. They actually traded Brandon Ingram. They got back a good haul, kind of. Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, 1 first-round pick and 1 second-rounder. I don't know when that first-rounder is. It seems like no one knows when that is. But if it's a draft, if it's their first-rounder this year, that's a pretty good pick. I'm assuming they're gonna extend Ingram because why else wouldn't you? I don't know. It just came out of nowhere. This Raptors team is young and scrappy whenever I watch them. They make games tough. So it's cool. Ingram still has not played in the past like 30 games. I'm very well aware because he is on my fantasy team and he's been injured ever since like early December. But I don't know when he gets healthy. No, wait, are they too far back? Okay. The Bulls just lost Zach LaVine. And I don't know, I guess maybe Ingram comes back like in a week. If that happened, you could make a play-in push. I don't know. I would just suggest tanking. Unless you just traded your pick. Oh my god, I just noticed they're negative $58. Well, that's fun. Shout out the Warriors. We're gonna talk about this last one, I guess. The Lakers trade for Mark Williams. I was not even aware he was available. They got a pretty good haul for him. Like, you got the 2031 unprotected first round pick, and you get a pick swap. Now that first round pick is probably not going to be very good because Luka's going to be on the team and in his prime. So, hell, maybe even LeBron's still playing. But you did get first round picks. I believe Mark Williams is younger than Dalton Kennett, or however you say his last name. So that's interesting. Yeah, I don't think Dalton was really ready for this Lakers team. He's too inconsistent of a shooter. And when you're an old rookie, you kind of need to be ready like right out the gate. So that was not going to cut it. But hey, you know, they got Luka. Luka told them they needed a big, and they listened to him and they got it big. I wish my front office did that. Anyways, that's about it. The deadline happens by the time this video comes out, probably in a few hours. So a lot more could happen, but leave a like and subscribe. Maybe moves happen in the middle of the night. I don't know. And I will see you all next time.